Hi guys, I am Ms. DePazio. I'm the film teacher here at the Career Academy. I'm sorry that we are not here today. I actually teach at Lake Norman High School in the morning, so I can't be here to be with you. So we decided to get a little roundtable here and answer pretty much any question I think you might have. These are the students from the Honors Photography and Film course in the fall.
Hello.
Hey guys. Hi. Hey. So hopefully we'll be able to answer some questions for you and you'll get kind of the same experience even though it's not really hands-on. So let's see what we have here. The first question that most people ask are, what are the classes offered in the TV studio? We have an honors photography and digital film production course, and we have a advanced studies in studio production where we do news broadcasts and talk shows. So two different courses that we offer there. What do you do in photography? Who wants to answer that one?
Take pictures. It's really just all about learning the different techniques and styles that you can use for photography.
Do you need your own camera?
No. You offer them for us if we don't have them.
Awesome. So we don't need a camera. What were some of the photography? What was your favorite part of the photography section?
Levitation.
The levitation one?
I was going to say bulb mode.
Yeah,
I love that.
that was fun.
The light painting is awesome.
The Jackson Mooresville field trip.
Yep.
I love the Renaissance.
I liked having the photo challenges.
The weekly photo
I like
challenges.
the weekly photo challenges.
Yep.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah. So we do a weekly photo challenge where you have a topic that you have to do every single week, and I send it out to a professional photographer for them to judge and choose their favorite photo of the week, which is awesome because they don't know who anybody is. They are literally just judging on the quality of the photo. So that's pretty cool. What about the film portion? I know we haven't really gotten to the end of the semester yet, but you're already starting your film, your big film project. But we have been doing some other film stuff. So what do we do for filmmaking?
Well,
You broke apart a movie and music videos for us to edit back together.
Okay.
yeah. We mostly started out with editing, and then we kind of worked in more production, and then we get to our final film project.
Okay.
And we got to do our 72-hour film project where we had 72 hours to create a film with a random group and some random things.
Yeah.
I think it's challenging, but
Yeah.
it's good. It's a good learning.
It's a good experience.
I really
Yeah.
like the 72-hour film project.
Yeah, the 72-hour. That's a pretty awesome
It's really
one.
fun.
And then I think it's cool that we have our own opportunity after that to do the final film based off who we want to work with and whatever we want to do. I think that's really cool opportunity.
Awesome. So we basically go through all of the phases of production. You learn about script writing, costumes, props, art design, call sheets, scheduling, special effects, editing, special effects makeup.
Acting.
You guys had fun with that. Acting. We do a session in acting as well. So you kind of learn a little bit about everything in front of and behind the camera, and then get to put it together in your own film that you write and produce yourself. I think that's it. What's your favorite part about making the film? Even though you haven't gotten to actually filming your final one yet, you did the 72-hour. Overall, what's the favorite? What are the skills that you're learning and the favorite part for that?
My favorite part is script writing. I like writing the scripts. So I think it's really cool to also be able to talk to other people and hear different ideas and be able to find a really good middle ground.
Cool.
So I think that's cool.
I think my favorite part is the shooting part when we actually start shooting the film.
Yeah, when you actually get to see what you plan to do come alive.
How is it trying to do such a big project with a team? And probably to note that you guys are all, even when we have a couple schools, we've got 4 different schools. We're missing a couple people here today. So we've got 4 or 5 different schools represented in this small class. So you're all kind of from different backgrounds, different areas. What's it like coming together and doing these group projects with people that you've never really met before and you have to do this major thing together?
It's interesting.
That's one way to put it.
It's good.
I think it kind of gives you reality of what it's going to be like once you start working in a film industry, and it's a good place for us to learn how to handle that instead of just getting thrown into it one day.
Yeah.
So
It gives you a good exercise and collaboration.
Cool. All right. Was there anything, or actually, let's go back to this one. And Avery, you can answer this one. What do we do in studio production? Because you were in
Really
studio
fun.
last year.
So basically, in studio production, you learn about how to like produce your own television show. But the fun part of it is every single week, the class puts on its own talk show and like brings segments in from the community to come on in the show. Like we've had such cool people come on. We had an aerial yoga instructor come and like do aerial yoga in the studio, and we also had a recurring guest was somebody from the Humane Society brought dogs to like for us to see and talk about the animal shelter. It was really cool.
I think my favorite was Zootastic when he brought the baby
Yeah, the
animals. He brought the
lemurs.
baby lemurs and the baby
They were so
kangaroo into the
cute.
studio. Yes, when
That was
Scotty
so
came to
good.
visit. So that was awesome. So yeah, studio production, we actually have two different versions of it. The one we did last semester was the advanced studio production where we created the talk show.
Yeah.
So the students produced their entire show themselves. I mean, by the end of the semester, I wasn't even involved at all. I didn't even know who the guests were. I didn't do anything. I was just like, all right, so you're doing a show this week. Peace out. And there was like 5 random people that come in the studio.
Yeah.
And the students, there was only 5 of you, 4 at the end,
Yeah.
produced the entire show. Floor directors, camera operators, directors, technical directors, producers,
Hosts.
they did everything. Hosting, yes, they even hosted the show themselves. So they did everything. The other one that we are trying to get going is a actual news broadcast. So it'd be a lot more reporting, a lot more going into the community and doing filming and interviews and creating news packages and actually doing like a weekly news type show. So those are 2 different studio productions we have. What do you need to know before you take the class? Skills, software, anything like that? Is there anything that would help you before you took the class?
I think digital media 1, because I did that and that helps out a lot.
Okay, well, we don't offer Digital Media 1 anymore, so yeah. But we do have, they've changed over to the Adobe curriculum. So Adobe Visual Design gives you a graphic design background that can help with elements, titles, and things like that. And they actually have the Adobe Video Design, which gives you video editing, and that would help a ton for this one. Anything else that you can think of for skills?
I mean, I came into this class like with knowing basically nothing, and I think I'm doing fairly well. So honestly, like, if you don't know anything about this, like,
You'll make
you'll
it.
learn
You'll
it.
You'll
Like,
learn it.
I've learned so much in this class,
Yeah.
and it was like I'm so glad that I took it.
Yeah. Basically, I really look for creativity. So there is a form to fill out, an application, and it's all I keep telling students is to get your friends and make films and put them on YouTube, or put them somewhere where you can save them, Google Drive, wherever, that we can look at them later on. Take pictures. Take them with your cell phone, take them with whatever, just keep taking pictures and save those. Because then I can kind of see like, hey, this person has an eye, and I can really work with that and make them even better. So yeah, it does move fast because it is an honors level, so I'm not quite as, oh, it's okay, you'll get there. It's more of a figure it out, you gotta do it, because it's an honors level, so you are getting higher GPA points for it. But yes, you definitely can learn a ton, and even though we'd like you to have a background in something, it's not necessarily required. At least half of the students that are in the class right now had never done any kind of photography or film before, so, and everybody's passing, so it's good. We're not worried about anything there. Is it fun?
Yeah.
it is.
Very.
It's fun.
Okay, is it hard?
Of course, yes.
At times.
Yes.
If you do all your work, if you like don't get behind, it's not hard. Like all you have to do is do your work, and it's easy.
Yep. I do try to give it pretty much. There's really no homework
Yeah.
except you're filming, pretty much. If you're doing filming or some photography stuff, maybe
Yeah.
there's homework.
Just as long as you're not slacking off, like it's not difficult to succeed in here.
We have plenty of time, so we give you plenty of time to do it. Will you go on field trips?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fun field trips.
Yep. So we usually do some pretty standard ones in the photography, the honors and film one. We usually go to the drag strip to get some sports photography. We go downtown Mooresville and do some street shooting. We try to go to the Renaissance Festival, which gives you a really different, gets you a lot of colorful photos, interacting with a lot of different people there. There's been plenty of others that we've done in other classes. It just kind of depends on the semester. Studio production, we got super lucky and were able to go down to Charlotte Motor Speedway during one of the race weeks and got a full tour of
Really
the
awesome.
TV compound there with all of their broadcast trailers and things that they work there. So that one was a pretty awesome field trip as well. What's the most fun project you've done so far?
Probably the one we're working on right now.
The final film
Yeah.
project?
Just like getting to like, I don't know, just sort of like work towards like the final project is really fun.
Putting everything together finally.
Putting it all together.
Yep. I feel like you have something else to say. You have a different one.
The one with the acting was
Having
Yeah.
to do the acting scenes?
because given the script was different because especially when you're put with the partners that you're like, hey, you gotta do the script, and it was fun though because got to know the other person even though I know him already. It was like playing another role, being the character. So.
I like doing the SFX makeup. That was a fun day.
Oh,
It
that
was
was
really
awesome.
cool.
It was
I
like-
really enjoyed that.
Because you get to learn a little bit more about different jobs that you can have besides being on camera or
Plus, if you're
being
like me,
behind camera. So it's cool.
I ruined my ripped jeans with liquid latex.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I was pretty upset. It won't
You
come
couldn't
out.
get that out?
No, I washed it 4 times.
I would have thought that would come out.
Yeah, it still won't come out.
Well, liquid latex is probably not meant to put on clothing. It's meant to be on the skin, so you can do what did we have? Nicole had was
I
it you?
did
You did the split.
yeah,
you did the split smile.
thing.
Morgan did the slit throat.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I didn't wash it
do
immediately
all the
because
makeup.
Alyssa was like,
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
I didn't freak out and wash it immediately because Alyssa said, don't worry, it's fine. I was like, it'll come right off. And then
Yeah.
I washed it 4 times, it's still there.
Yeah, liquid latex doesn't come out of clothes.
Put a patch on it or something like
I was
that.
like,
Make it cool. Make it a new style.
Yeah.
Do something different with
So
it.
bandana.
What are the other students like in your class?
Very funny. Some of them are very funny.
Creative.
Different personalities.
Yep.
Creative. They're all cool though.
Emotional. In a good way, that sounds weird.
Okay.
It's very, very good. Very nice.
Method
Change
acting.
subject. Jay.
Wait, what is
I don't know.
How your fellow students are in class?
Oh,
What do
they're
you think of them?
pretty cool. They're interesting.
Wow.
In a good way.
Say it to my face.
I feel like we've all become pretty good friends.
Mhm. I think that's one thing that I noticed, not just in my class, but throughout CATS, is one thing to really understand, and some of you might disagree, so just don't. No, I'm kidding. You can if you want to. The students that come to the Career Academy come here because they want to be here. It is more of a career-based course. So a lot of them are looking to do a career in photography or videography or something to do with that, graphic design. Culinary, they want to be cooks. They want to own their own restaurant. So I think it's sometimes in a big school, if you are just really into filmmaking and they don't have those courses there, it's hard to find friends and people that you can work with that have a similar mindset as you do. And then when you come here, you all have that goal in mind and you all have the same likes. So taking an entire day off to make a film isn't really a big deal. It's actually something you look forward to rather than homework that someone's forcing you to do a volcano project or something together. So I think that's something that I've really seen before. I remember probably one of the first semesters that I had this class, someone stood up and said, hey, I'm making a music video Friday night. Does anybody want to come? And 6 other students who had never really met them before were like, yep, let me know. And they spent their entire Friday night in a warehouse filming a music video. And so that's the type of students that we tend to get here, that they kind of just mold. So if you are feeling like you're a little off in your school, that you don't really belong, that you're a little more artistic than what others are around there, then come on over because we like weirdos. That's what I like. We like weirdos. Matt, where's your nail polish?
Oh, I came off. My dad saw it and he made fun of me a lot.
Does anybody want to make a music video?
That's it. Does anyone want to make a music video?
Ready?
All right. So yes, we
Those are really bad.
we take weirdos here. It's all good. What is CATS? What's been your experience with this school, with CATS as a whole?
Pretty great.
I've been here for
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Not as many felines as I thought there would be.
Wait, I'm talking
I
about.
had to make a pun.
Oh.
It's just such a good thing to have, because most of our homeschools don't have something that's super involved in like
Yes.
what we actually want to do
Mhm.
as a career. Like that's just something I've noticed like throughout the years of my high school. Until I came to CATS, like I wasn't really doing anything in school that would specifically like help me
Mhm.
for my career. So that's just
What's the environment like
I was just
compared
about
to?
to say,
yeah.
like, the environments are a lot different because it feels more of a work ethic than
Oh,
just
yeah.
like a normal
but
class.
in a great like,
Like
in a
it-
good way.
yeah. And it's like you're surrounded by people, like you said, that also want to do the same thing you're doing.
Everybody's nice.
Yeah, and it's like easy to get help from each other. It's like, and
Just the school in general, though.
yeah, and we get like a lot of more hands-on experiences with stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And our principal's awesome.
Yeah. No, really.
Bonus points.
No, like, actually,
You also get more freedom.
getting it-
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and the classes kind of work together a little bit.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
You guys have done a lot with the nursing.
Mhm.
We had a day off yesterday because their work was all done, so they went and got manicures and pedicures
Yeah,
from the
and,
manicure
I was
Last year-
beautiful. So.
Last year during when I was in the studio production class, we did a mannequin challenge video
Yes,
with
yep.
the whole school, and
Mhm.
we got to like all work together to make it happen.
Yeah, so the entire school worked
Yeah.
together to create one big video, so that
We
was
should
pretty
do like a
awesome.
work dub.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think
Like
that's
sing a
what like
song.
we like. I think that was something we talked about doing. And,
Like,
like we just ended up doing
A
it.
bad lip. Have you ever seen like the bad lip
oh,
reading?
No, not the
Wait,
same.
is that no?
Different.
Not even
It's
like.
like, it's like everyone like gets in the hallway
And
and,
they
like
lip-sync
you
a song.
sing, you lip sync a
Oh
song.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
and
know
you
what
like
you're
pass
talking
it
about.
off from person
Yeah.
to person.
Oh.
We were gonna do that
It's like-
for like Norman freshman year.
Lot, like there are a bunch of like
For
Texas high schools.
someone
That, like,
to
Yeah, they
A
wanna do
lot
one.
of planning.
Yeah.
They want to do
Yeah.
one of those for West.
So
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
take the
Yeah.
honors film
Yeah.
course, you'll realize how much planning that really is, and you'll appreciate those videos
Yeah, you
so
will.
much more.
Totally.
How will this class help you? How have you found that it's helped you?
If you want to go into a technical or editing field for your career pathway, it will always be there to help you and assist because you have work experience.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the experience, being able to write down that we've gotten this experience to show like we're not just walking in. We know some stuff.
Yep.
It just I don't know. It like personally like I've been working like doing films like outside of school like for a while, but like having this like really supplements like anything you already know about filmmaking and helps a lot for like your actual knowledge that you can apply to actually working on films and applying to film schools and making films.
So basically, by the end of this, you have a portfolio.
Yeah.
So you have all your photography and your films in one digital space that you can
Yeah, it's
add
a
to
very
a resume or to a college application or whatever. We get calls pretty often to make videos for the town, for local communities,
Yeah.
and things like that, you know, you can always add that to your resume as well. You can get the certification now, the Adobe certification in editing, so that's always a big plus
Yeah.
as well.
It's also a very good resource for people who don't really know where to start building a portfolio.
Mhm.
It gives you just sort of like that, like push in the right direction, like things to add to your portfolio
That's a good point.
through
Yeah.
like the projects you make in this
Yeah.
class.
What about, there's only a couple of you in here, so I don't know if you can answer that, but what about for those students who do not plan to go into photography or filmmaking? What skills, what things, what have you gained from this class, even if you don't plan to go to school to do films?
I think.
You want to take that?
Okay, I go. Well, I think one thing I learned was like how to plan your things ahead of time and how to put things in order for what you want because everything does have a spot. So that and time management along with it too. So just really planning your whole agenda.
I think this class has taught me like the best out of any class I've had about like teamwork because in like these kind of things, if one thing is off, it can throw off everything. So everyone has to be in line and in communication with each other. And so it helps you like for no matter what kind of career you choose to go into at the end of the day, how to work with people and how like even if you think all you have is a small part, it can affect everything.
Awesome. Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, like for me, I have,
He wakes up in the corner.
I have like really like strict parents who like really care about my schoolwork and stuff. So I would like go out and like take pictures and stuff. And they'd be like, "Shouldn't you be doing your homework?" I'm like, "Joke's on you." I am." Or I would like be in like my basement watching a movie, and my dad would be like, "Why aren't you doing your homework?" I'm like, "Joke's on you." So like that was a plus
Anything's
for me.
homework if you're brave enough.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
It's like
Yes, that
dancing
is
on the
homework,
floor.
taking pictures, watching TV, watching
Maybe
movies.
that.
Yeah.
That's
I was gonna say
homework.
I like when we do movie evaluations. I
Yep.
forgot about that because I feel like when we actually get to do that, you learn so much and like
About
what, like
don't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
like when we watch the videos about like how much goes into and like how they built their own sets and how insane they are and like when we get to actually evaluate films of why they chose exactly what they were doing.
Yeah.
And like
How they chose the
And, like,
clothes and the texture and the
yeah, and
colors
like
and
why they
everything to make
yeah,
it
it's
exciting.
very-
like to help
It's very good
understand.
for developing a critical eye
Mhm.
and seeing things more than what they are.
We're master manipulators. That's what filmmakers are. Master manipulators. We can make you see and believe anything we want on TV. Do you have to wear a uniform?
No.
No.
Thank God.
Maybe.
I'm wearing my uniform. Look, see, it's got the cat's thing on it. It says director in the back. That's all my uniform. That's what we have. Yes.
Where's Lincoln Bio?
How long is the class?
Couple
Half
hours.
a day.
Half a day.
It's a half a day. So for the
That's half
most
a day well
part,
spent.
yeah, we try to do it in the afternoons so that sorry,
Intruder.
intruder. We try to do it in the afternoon so that if by chance you're working on a project and you want to stay and keep working on the project, you don't have to worry about getting back to your home school. And it's just usually nicer weather in the afternoon, so it's better for photography and stuff like that. Is it open to everyone?
Yes.
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 Fill out the form.
Yes. So actually, we have someone who's missing today who's a homeschooler. These guys are actually from a private school, so you can spread the word. Pretty much definitely anybody in ISS, and we usually open up the doors to it. But what the difference in is it open to everyone, and what kind of student would be successful in this class?
A reliable student.
Hard work.
Someone who stays on top of their work.
Yep.
Good
So-
person.
Yep. Good, honest, hardworking,
Breathing.
Always
Determined.
self-starter, determined.
Has a face like
Yeah. So yeah, someone who is, and also is able to kind of think beyond the box and learn on their own.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of times where there's an assignment given, and I kind of do it on purpose without all the direction there, and to see how much you can do. You read each other, use all sorts of resources, and figure out how to make it happen. Which is a huge thing.
Really good.
Yeah, because software changes literally like every 6 months.
Yeah.
So if you don't learn those skills to be able to just stay up on it and learn it yourself, then when you get a job in the industry, you can't just be like, oh, boss, I don't really know how to do this.
Yeah.
And they're
Also
going to
just
say,
like the
peace
determination.
out, sorry, we'll find somebody else. What if I don't drive?
There's
There's a
buses.
buses.
The
There's
have a bus
transportation!
We have buses.
Yes. You are in a public school. Public schools must legally provide transportation.
Yes.
So yes, there is a bus to and from the Career Academy, so you don't have to
Yes.
worry about that. Yes.
You get a bus. You get a
So
bus.
those I think are like the
We'll
main
book the bus.
questions that students have. Is there anything else that you guys can think of that you want to add?
You should come here.
We have costumes.
What were some of the reasons that you guys decided to sign up for the class?
Alyssa told me to. And digital media was fun. I like filming. It's fun.
Yeah, well, I won't tell you what I thought when I saw your name on the list.
Oh!
That actually hurt my self-confidence.
I mean, just personally, like I've been planning on pursuing a career in filmmaking, so I just thought it would be another good step towards that.
And I might have begged you a little bit.
Yeah,
because
just a
I've
little.
pretty much known Avery for like 3 years
Yeah.
now, so, and working with her in a lot of different film things, so it's like, you will be there, right? You will. You
I dropped
signed up,
theater
right?
for this. I'm so happy I did
Yeah.
that.
Nicole, why did you sign up? You hadn't taken any digital.
Yeah, I've always kind of. Nicole, go back to me. I've recommended a lot of kids. Also Alyssa, but I've always been interested in film. Like before, I was interested in more like acting and stuff. And then Alyssa told me about this, and I was like, maybe I would be interested more in like behind the scenes. And now that I've taken this class, I've realized that this is what I want to do more than acting. Like I'm totally done with that, and
Yeah.
I definitely want to like my career. I want to do this.
Cool. Matt, why'd you take it?
I've always been a tech nerd, and I've always kind of stood out. So whenever I saw that there was another technical class that isn't at my regular school, I'm like, oh, heck yeah, I want to take it.
Mhm.
And plus, I've always I've always enjoyed just taking videos, just me being dumb and random, because I like making people laugh. So why wouldn't I want to do that as a regular thing, if not as a job?
Cool. Jay, I know you've been doing films for a while.
Yeah, I was interested in photography like a while, and then I realized that I wanted to do more of a film side of it, just because I think the storytelling is a lot deeper in films, and so probably like 2 years ago, I kind of decided that I wanted to pursue film in college, and I've applied to a bunch of different film schools, so I just kind of enjoy being able to like occupy some like blocks of school for like doing something that I really like doing. So yeah, it really helped me out.
What about you guys? Because you haven't had any content stuff
yeah.
before.
People with no names, you guys.
Pass the fake microphone.
You go
Okay.
You mean the totally real microphone?
For me, I think because at my other school, we had like a yearbook committee, and I think it's pretty cool me learning stuff here, then going back to my school and say, nope, that's wrong, you know, and then just taking control. So I think it really opened my eyes to what I can do and give me possibilities, even if I didn't know what I wanted to do in school. So cool.
Well,
Clear your voice. Free speech.
I just want to try something new and see what I can do. And I know I got talent to do this. Yeah.
Confident much?
All right. We should also introduce the very, very quiet member of our group.
This is Martha.
This is Martha.
Isn't she pretty?
I didn't get to say.
False Martha. So Martha, if you wonder why we have a random mannequin in our video here, Martha's a staple in the studio. She joined us about a year ago. She's our lighting model and our filming model. So we just get to use her for lots of stuff. We really like to just leave her in the studio so that when people come and tour, they get
freaked
super
out.
scared. And we just laugh. It's pretty awesome. But that's Martha. So you can, maybe I'll leave Martha in the classroom for you guys.
Yeah.
Now that you've been here 20 minutes wondering
It's like
who that
prop up in your
mannequin
desk.
is in the corner, now you know it's Martha. So say hi to Martha.
It's either a mannequin or the stillest person alive.
Exactly. Yes, she's also been a couple times. She's been an extra in films because if you do an over-the-shoulder shot or something, you can just use her, and you know, nobody knows it's not a real person. Yes,
That is smart.
it is. I've used it before in monologues. All right, so again, sorry that we missed you. I hope this answers pretty much all your questions and gets you an idea of the type of student that comes in here. Also, you can visit it's actually still under Lake Norman, but Lake Norman Digital Media YouTube page to see all of our stuff. If you go to the Career Academy website, there's a link to YouTube so you can see all of the videos and the films that the students have made. When you make your way into the hallway, that hall, the wall right outside of my room is all posters that are student-made films. When you make your final film, they actually have to create a poster to go with it. So those are all student posters from the films that they've made over the years. So I will put the website here, and you can check it out.
Right over my face.
I thought this was
Right
like
there.
weird.
Okay, and I'll throw that there, and you can check it out. So I hope you guys had a great time. If you have any questions at all, just shoot me an email. You can find me on the CATS page under staff. Again, I'm Miss Topazio, Miss T, Hey You, Crazy Lady, whatever pretty much you want to say. I mean, I might give you a nasty look back if you do something weird, but for the most part, I'll answer to anything. Have a great tour, and hopefully we'll see you when you're a junior.
Yeah.